so tasty. Hello. Howdy, Mr. Priest. Mr. Priest that is naughty, how are you? Good afternoon. Good evening. Mighty beard. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I guess it is a mighty beard, huh? Pretty big beard, not gonna lie. Ooh. What an evening. Good Lord. Oh. Ba ba da ba ba da ba. Hoo. Ba ba da ba ba da ba. Hoo. You ready to party? Are we partying? Can I high five, Paul? Whoosh. There you go. We high fived. That's as close as you're getting, though. Not doing it again. Stop smoking and lose some weight. I'm a guy that doesn't know you from Adam. And I just breezed in to tell you some shit that isn't even good advice, 'cause you're already doing it. I'm a moron on social media. I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a judge, I'm a bus driver. If I go to a meetup, I'll get one in person from all of y'all. Yeah, we'll do high fives, handshakes, daps, hugs, whatever you're comfortable with. Boom, we'll wrap it up. Props, finger guns, if that's all you want, you do that. I was curious about what happened to the Discord. Yeah, I just got sick of people's drama bullshit. So I closed it and let them take their drama bullshit back to their Discords. Just to let you guys know, as you filter in here, saying stupid shit that makes no sense, asking for shout outs, asking me to do something for your TikTok, it just gets you banned. Never gets you noticed. Just gets you banned. This is a weird live in that you're not really allowed to participate unless you're intelligent enough to talk, like to type out a full sentence, to express a full idea, to be on topic, not to be just like some fucking skibbity ass shit. See, like, are you homeless? As I'm sitting out in front of my house, that's gonna get got immediately. Too dumb. If you're too dumb to have an actual adult conversation, you're not allowed in here. Well, I guess you are allowed in here, but you better just listen. Because as soon as you reveal what you are, you just get banned. That's fair. Thank you for having that one brief interaction with me. I like you guys forever. You got me off the Bosch train. Good boy. Good for you. What do you like to talk about first time here? It doesn't matter, man. As long as it's like not completely retarded, we talk about everything here. Sometimes we talk about things that are completely retarded as well. Can you join the stream? You have. Come on in. As long as you're like 18 and can type like you're 18, speak like you're 18, you're welcome. If you're one of the many, many, many people that are 18 or older and type like they're in 4th grade, you will be banned. I don't have the time to like educate somebody up to the level of talking like an adult, so I'll just ban you.
D, you're just going in. Hang today.
He's just very torn up by the fact that other people have a dog, and that dog has their own yard next to his yard. He doesn't like it.
Look at his little face in the window.
Who else busting a load while watching this stream? What? Are the bans permanent? No. No ban is permanent here. But I don't share with people the schedule. There really is no schedule. Every once in a while I clear the ban rolls. There's no such thing as a perma in Paul's Ego's chat. But you may be banned for months. You may be banned for a week. You may be banned for an hour or a day. I don't know. I don't have a schedule. Yeah, I haven't done it. I think the last time I cleared the whole ban rollout was 3 months ago. Yeah. I have felt no desire to do it. Who cares? You do. You're in here talking to me. Not while you were in here talking to me. Now you're gone. That's at least one person that cares. I love the people that ask who cares. They care. If they didn't care, they wouldn't bother responding. Who cares? You do. You care a lot. Excuse me, I've got nothing to say. Okay, ban him. Edging, banning. It's just a constant ban train right now. Every single thing that I've seen has been ban worthy in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, lots of 0 PFPs. You guys ever posting the Center for Cynics again? We're working on it. You'll know when I know, bud. Oh yeah, dude. It was bad this morning, too. Hello, Texas. Don't unban Anunnaki. He's fine. He's been in here before. That's just how he says Texas. He's aight.
I think I've gotten mine or two used to rolling over with me. Because, like, when I was brushing him, he was on his back, like, the whole time. It's like, bud, I need to get more than just your belly.
D. You look like a rock star? I am, yeah. I play in the band Death on the Mississippi. Have you ever heard of us? We're a super duper hardcore metal band, you know? Also left wing. Che Guevara wears him on a t-shirt. Damn, that is pretty left wing. How you doing in Black Myth? Bored as fuck. Bored as fuck with Area 3. I think if I had a guess, I'm probably 2/3 of the way through Area 3 and I don't even want to play the game anymore. Not because it's hard, just because it's annoying, boring, long, ugly. Like it's just the worst. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they didn't clean it up, why they didn't make it more like the other areas, it's just way too big, way too long, way too ugly. It's just nothing but snow for fucking... I have to have been 10 hours now in the third area, just wandering. I'm done. Modern gaming problem shit was way too complicated. The art style changed. The art style got worse and more generic in the third area. And the level design is awful. And the encounter design is awful. It's just like it went from really tight Act 1, really tight Act 2 to dog shit, sloppy, half-assed Act 3. And that makes me not want to bother beating it to get to Act 4. So I probably won't. I don't think Star Citizen is coming out soon at all. I haven't heard anything about that, and I play Star Cit, so. Man. It is dumb motherfuckers up in here tonight, man. Who dumb? You think you can come out and be a good boy?
Bird over here.
It's a scrub jay. It's a scrub jay argument, maybe. Had a lot to squawk about as soon as you left. Apparently so. Little squirker.
Not having it today.
Yeah, he's been pretty mad today. I think he's got himself a little nest up there, maybe. Defending himself up there. Man, that was a crazy opening to this. Just a deluge, man. Just a deluge. Holy shit, I haven't seen you forever. You still do a DFF? Yes. From what I can figure.
You also still smoke weed.
Yes, I do. A lot. Yeah, we've been doing it for almost 8 years. 8 years worth of show. It's now longer than DP was, which is interesting. Or at least longer than...
Well, 6 years. 8.
Aren't we on our 7th year? Going on 8?
We started in 2018. It's 2024.
2018.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 6.5 years.
See? See what I mean? I have no concept of time. Ever. It is still a long time though. 6 years. 6 years worth of show. 6 seasons is what we really should call it. We should start doing seasonal stuff.
You just get a number in your head, and then you just make it a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's that way, and sometimes it's the other way.
Yeah.
Like things will get, like I'll land on something, just trying to estimate, and then people will notice that it gets like shorter and shorter as time goes on. It's like my brain is trying to zero in on the function, but can't really do it. I don't know. I've always been that way though. You can ask my mom. Even when I was a little kid, I had a hard time with like how long ago something was or how far away something was. My girlfriend and I enjoy the classic DFF episodes a lot. Cool. Yeah, those are cool.
Those are back.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of them. We do, not as many as we used to, but isn't it like every week, right? Yeah. Every week our patrons are getting at least one classic DFF episode or a commentary, like where we watch an old movie or something. So yeah, and it's been fun doing those again. It's like refreshing now because we haven't done it in so long. We kind of abandoned the episodic format towards the beginning of this year, right?
It was last year.
When last year? Like end of last year, beginning?
Yeah, beginning.
So 2 years worth, we've been not really doing the episodic stuff.
You were doing one a month or whatever for a long time.
Yeah. The researcher you hired on the LBJ episode was outstanding. Give her a raise. I will. Paul, should a guy go for a kiss? I'm assuming you're asking on a first date. That's all 100% vibes. It really is, and I can't help you with that. Some people can't read it. Like, there are all kinds of, how do I explain this? There are all kinds of, like, physical hints that a woman wants you to try to make a move, to try and kiss, or to, make a move, right? And it's almost never them saying, hey, give me a kiss. You know what I mean? They blink slowly at you. You know what I mean? That's a very fucking big sign. They look at you. They make excuses to touch you or to be close to you, right? You're looking for the eye contact. You're looking for all of those kind of signals that pass back and forth non-verbally between two people. And I understand that a lot of people struggle with reading those. And so it would be pretty hard for me to help you, learn how to read those. But if you can read those, that's how you know whether or not. Yeah, they'll make an excuse to like just put their hand on you, or when they're laughing, they'll touch you. Or as you're, walking into a place, they'll put their hand back on you. You know what I mean? Like they'll touch you when they're talking. Those sorts of things are all very,
But not every woman's the same either.
No. It doesn't mean that, like, when you go in, she's going to be receptive every time. I've never been kiss rejected. But I'm also not a guy that, like, I need that on the first date, second date, third. I don't.
You also haven't, like, seriously dated, like, a massive amount of women. That's
true. I mean, yeah, that is true. I've gone through the cycle of dating to being in a committed relationship, but I've been in a lot of long-term relationships, not a lot of short-term relationships. I just haven't had time, in my life. But yeah, I didn't do the normal, like, speed dating scene or just kind of casual dating thing. I was never attracted to that. Like, casual sex to me is just completely and utterly just, like, undesirable. I'm an autistic autistic empath. I can detect it, but I still do nothing about it. Can a guy do the slow blink and stuff?
I mean, if you're really struggling with that, it might just be better to be direct.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. You're right. If you struggle with social cues, I
Either
think
giving or
receiving, or
Yeah.
usually when somebody struggles, it's both.
Yeah.
You might find a lot better results just being honest and straightforward with the woman. Not right away, but maybe over the course of that first date during
Like
the
if
conversation.
you feel like it's like you're missing something, maybe.
Even if you feel like you're not,
Yeah.
maybe it would be a good thing to say, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know, you know, I struggle with social cues a little bit, and if I seem awkward or strange, or if you know that this is a bad thing to say, but I'm just saying, like, being direct, saying, hey, I struggle with social cues, and so being direct with me, and I'll be direct with you. That's the easiest way for me,
Yeah, and even if it doesn't work out, that sets you up a foundation for
Right.
a better relationship in the
Right.
future.
You can't hide that
Yeah.
from somebody. It's gonna come out at some point, and the earlier the better, I think. You know. I tend to be pretty direct when I feel like I'm like starting to date somebody. I'm very direct about how I feel, and very direct about what I want, like what I see in the future, what I would like to pursue with that person. I don't say it right away, but I make it a point to not pussyfoot around, and it's never worked out poorly for me, you know. I wear my "I fuck on the first date" shirt to keep it subtle. Yeah, that'll probably work. That'll probably work. Women will probably flock to you with that. Well, I look back, especially with my earlier relationships, I look back at those and I go like, man, there was so much indirectness, There's so much like floating around that probably needed said that just wasn't said, and I don't do that, or I try not to do that. How do you deal with the significant other being hot and cold in a relationship? I mean, that's not a good sign, right? Like, hot and cold is a manipulator tactic. It's like good cop, bad cop, but one person. One day everything's hunky dory. The next day you're getting the silent treatment. That's a manipulator tactic, dude. Now, I'm not saying you don't play a role in it. I can't like see an overview of your relationship and what you might be committing or contributing to that, but just in a vacuum, that kind of behavior shouldn't be tolerated.
At the very least, it needs to be like seriously discussed.
Yeah,
like, what's going on.
I mean, and if there's not concerted effort on that person's part to not treat you that way, then you need to get out. Shake it for me, country boy. Dude, we got a 40-year-old lady in here.
God damn it. That question got that Katy Perry song stuck in my head.
Which one?
You're hot and you're cold.
Oh, you're yes and you're no. You're up, then you're down. You're in, then you're out. Yeah. Stupid ass Katy Perry. She had one good song, though. One legit good song. You remember that song, Dark Horse?
Yes.
That song was dope. That song is actually good, bro. I don't care who you are. It's got a great beat. It's got a great like sound to it. Juicy J is good in it, even though he's a little bit of a cringe rapper sometimes. But Juicy J was good in that one. I wish I could listen to that song without triggering a big copyright explosion. I followed for 7 years, almost met up with you at the Big Chief in South Alabama. Used to listen up to your creepypasta stuff before sleeping. Cool, dude. Juicy J did a collab with ICP. I'm trying to remember if I remember that. I don't. She's a freak. I call her karma. She'll eat your ass up just like Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you like stir fry? What? Oh, the baby corn and the water chestnuts? Yeah, I mean, like the baby corn is okay, but the water chestnuts, you can always keep those for me.
Yeah, you like more basic stir fries.
I do.
Bok choy, carrots.
Yeah. Broccoli. Yeah.
Bell peppers.
Bell peppers and the stir fry. Yeah, I don't really like the fucking water chestnuts and the baby corn stuff. I could do the baby corn, but it just doesn't, like, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, it's there or it isn't, you know. I don't really go like, damn, I'm glad that baby corn was in there, you know. Child corn sounds like something else. I know, that's why I was like, huh? When I read that comment, but I guess maybe it's probably called that by some people, child corn instead of baby corn.
Yeah, it might be like, depending on, you know, if English is your first language.
That's what I'm saying. It might be
yeah.
It might be just a cultural name or just a bad translation. I don't know. You finally read my shit. I was expecting some big fucking experience. Glad you picked up so much, brother. Social media just makes you feel like you know people more than you do, I think. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's that parasocial thing is real, right? And not always unhealthy, by the way. A lot of people throw out the word parasocial like it's always bad when everybody has parasocial relationships. Everybody. Well, you've got characters that you identify with. You've got certain actors or singers or, you know, guitar players or drummers or artists that you really look up to, that you feel like you would hit it off with, right? That sort of parasociality is completely normal. It's when you start believing that you have more of a connection with that person than you do that parasociality
Like,
starts to become destructive.
Actually, my friend.
Or I actually have influence over this person because they talked to me a couple of times. It means that they are thinking about me like I'm thinking about them, and people get all spun out. Are there any other rappers you find kind of cringe? Oh, there's tons of cringe rappers, right? Like Ja Rule is one. Blueface is a modern one. Like, his rap is just kind of cringe to me. Yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine is kind of a cringe rapper to me. Yeah, no, I understand, Stinkbug. It's all good. I'm glad that you got something out of it. You know, I definitely get something out of it too, or I would have quit it a long time ago. I'm just wondering, do you play fantasy football? No, I don't. Lil Pump was always kind of cringe to me. Yeah, he's a cringe rapper for sure. I like Lil Pump, like his earlier shit. But the more famous he got, the more cringy he got. I think the Gucci Gang era was where the cringe scales started to tip over to just cringe, you know. Lil Durk, yeah, he's a little bit cringe. A little cringe, maybe. Slight cringe. It's nothing quite like being 4 beers into a Paul's Ego stream. Oh, damn. 4 beers in 30 minutes? You're pounding them, homeboy. You're pounding them. Can I Bus? Yeah, I listen to Can I Bus. Can I Bus?
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Hey. Tamp it down, buddy. Not just another puppy's jingle bells. That's it. You got jingle bells too. The whole neighborhood doesn't come barking when your jingle bells jangle. That's a good boy. If you don't like it, don't look at it. That's a good boy. You stay there. You be quiet. Dinor's freeze peach shall not be infringed. Yes, it will. You have no idea, dude. Dinor, he's not a big dog, but he has the pipes of a dog that's like 3 times his size. Sometimes you'll be sitting out here, it's just quiet, you're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden he unleashes. I swear to God, the whole neighborhood, bro, is up. It is shocking how loud he gets. He's got that hound.
I remember you telling me, like, when you lived with the guys or whatever, like, if one of the other dogs was barking, maybe one of you would be like, hey, shut up. But if Dinor barked, everyone in the house would just go immediately like, Dinor.
Yeah. Just lost my dad's trying to find another outlet. Means a lot. Yeah, dude. Well, you know, I mean, like, that's why I do these things. You know, I like the opportunity to talk to people who I don't know. And people don't socialize in this way in public anymore. They really don't. The idea of going to a bar and meeting a group of people you've never met and sitting down with them and just having a political conversation or whatever, smoking a J, like that sort of thing is it's rare. It's hard to find. You've got to really directly seek it out. And, you know, I don't know. I just enjoy doing that. I like talking. I like conversating. It can be hard sometimes when people are stupid. You know, I pay attention to the chat when the chat is just filled with garbage. It can be hard. But tonight, you know, we had a rough start early, and now we're good. Well, I ain't no celebrity. Trust me, I ain't got the compensation package of a celebrity, nor the perks or any of it. So, I'm at best like a Z-list internet celebrity. I get recognized maybe twice a year, maybe once a year, on average. Did you ever get that couch from IKEA? No, I never did.
You're looking at a couch, maybe, though.
Oh yeah, our couch now it's a Goodwill couch, which whatever, it does the job and it was cheap, and neither one of us are big material people. But we've been talking like, well, when we get moved into a house that we want to be in, we'll get a new couch, and it's been fucking forever. So I think it's time for us to just say fuck it and get on the market for a really nice couch that we can be comfortable in our family room in and shit. Not that we're not comfortable on the couch we have. It's usable. It's just old and kind of ratty and not very comfortable.
Well, for you especially. I don't mind.
It's too low for me.
Yeah.
And it's not soft enough, and it's not it doesn't provide enough support. It's just kind of lumpy for me.
But we won't get one from IKEA.
No. IKEA is not a good company.
Probably find some local furniture store that can fucking have it in stock and
Maybe.
grab it over in a couple days or whatever the fuck.
Maybe. What's the state of the moving situation? It's in a semi-permanent pause. Amelia and I are going back to the drawing board, but we're also taking a complete week off where we're not worrying about it at all. We're not looking. We're not taking applications. We're not thinking about it to the best of our ability. We're just ignoring it. We've been doing it for too long. We've had too many fucking crazy, retarded landlord situations happen in a row. We were both getting stressed out to the fucking max by it. It was time to step back and reevaluate. So that's what we're doing. IKEA has crap quality anyway. I mean, some of its stuff is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
IKEA's good, like if you want like a big shelving thing.
yeah. These fucking flies and mosquitoes and shit. I gotta put socks on my feet. Okay, that's better. My legs are protected now.
Yeah.
I saw something that set me off. I looked down on my foot because something tickled, and I'd had like a mosquito bite that I'd absent-mindedly scratched at the beginning, and like it was bleeding just a little. You know how it is when you like break the skin on a mosquito bite, and I hadn't noticed. And I looked down at my foot because it was itching and tickling, and a fly landed right on that wound. I was like, okay, I can't be fed on, dude. I can't do it. That's fucking, I can't. That lit up my brain, dude. I was like, okay. I can't. That's so gross. Nature is disgusting. It really is. It doesn't have to be, though. We could fully eliminate the most disgusting things about nature, and we'd all be fine. Literally. Like science has said that if we got rid of the like house flies, horse flies, and mosquitoes and everything, the world wouldn't even notice. So why don't we do it? Nothing eats primarily flies. Nothing eats primarily mosquitoes. They don't support any part of the food chain. They're just parasites and spreaders of disease. Like, get rid of them. Yeah, dude, I can't handle that, dude. A fly landed on a little wound and was like, got wound juice. And I was like, okay, I fucking can't, bro. I'm not gonna be fucking dined upon, okay? Horseflies wouldn't be so damn hungry if they stopped buzzing around constantly. I don't care, man. They're fucking nasty. Nasty beasts. Dude, I would love, like, I don't know why they don't. I feel like these like farms need to get big giant versions of this racket and just hire people to walk around all day and wave it over the beasts. You'd be killing like 28 fucking flies a swing at some of these places. You really knock the fucking population down if you did it a few days in a row. These things don't have a life cycle that's like immediate. Requires a couple weeks. There's like outbreaks of them. So just like when they're real bad on your animals, instead of spraying chemicals everywhere and shit, just get a big giant version of that racket and hire 5 or 6 dudes who just walk around and wave it over those animals. Pop, 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 pop. You do that for a couple hours, there's not going to be as many of them pestering your animals, and you don't have to keep fucking. Well, sticky fly traps are stupid, and let me explain to you why. Sticky fly traps catch flies, but they also attract them.
Yeah, it's too much bait.
It's like when you have something that is already covered in flies, and you put out sticky bait, you're going to catch a bunch of flies, but you're also going to attract a bunch of flies that otherwise maybe wouldn't have come because it's got that fucking big stinky bait. All right, where's the racket? Give me that fucking thing. That fucking guy landed on my forehead twice. It's over. I don't even know why he's up. The sun is down. He's the only fly out. It's the fucking Red Baron. Yep, he's back there now, huh? Okay. And it's just like, why pick my skin? There's dog shit, like, right there. I'm gonna get him. I'll light him the fuck up. Just let off an EMP. Yeah, that's a good point. All the flies just go. I think it might hurt the cows, too. Probably. What if they did this? See this mesh? What if they made these blankets? It'd be too hot. All right, not blankets. What if they made like these little cages with this mesh? You know, because like cows are standing there munching while they're getting milked. What if they had like a dome of this mesh that covered their head and their bodies, so that when flies tried to get in there, they just, you know what I mean? I want to kill every fly, is what I'm saying. Is he after you again?
I think that was more of a skeeter than a fly.
Son of a bitch. I remember reading about a study of genetically altered insects being released that could only produce infertile. Yeah.
They just don't invest in that shit enough. Like,
Yeah.
they figure out it works, and they're just like, meh.
Yeah, they figured out that they could release, if they did it, and when I say they, I mean the United States government. We did a coordinated release of these genetically altered mosquitoes all over the nation simultaneously. In something like 2 generations of mosquitoes would be extinct.
Yeah, a generation of mosquito is short.
But the key is it's a time bomb.
Yeah.
They've created a genetically altered mosquito that is fertile. Its offspring are fertile, but that second generation of offspring are infertile. So that generational gap allows this type of mosquito to overtake them. It doesn't kill them off right away so that there's not any non-genetically altered mosquitoes left. It waits a generation or two, and then the infertility kicks in, and they just die. They just can't breed anymore, and they just perish. And that is 100% possible, not just for mosquitoes, but for flies as well. Nah, they keep breeding. They can't. They've already done all the science on this. It works. It's not a joke. It's not a concept. They know it works. They just won't do it because it would cost $1 billion.
And some people are like, but it's genetically modified.
Yeah, and then there's people that are like, you're going to cause climate collapse. And it's like, they've done the studies. There's not a single creature on the planet that would be impacted negatively by mosquitoes disappearing.
I'm talking about people freaking out just because they're genetically modified, period. There's some people like that, too.
I don't know. I mean, people are wild. Yes. It's absolutely ethical to destroy an entire species by choice. In fact, it would be necessary in a global society for us to do that. There are things called invasive species, right? So if you look at, if you want some invasive species lore, look at the goats that were brought by Spanish explorers to the coastal islands that are off the western coast of South America and North America. They brought goats. The idea being, we'll put goats here on these islands, and then the next time we come back through here in a few years, there'll be, you know, a healthy population of goats. That's meat on demand and milk and everything else, right? But what happened is that they introduced these species of goats, and these goats completely denuded these islands. They made them rock islands instead of lush vegetative islands that support. They functionally destroyed every species on that island.
Because that grass wasn't used to being grazed that
Right.
heavily.
Right. They just interrupted. There was no natural thing there that was eating up all the vegetation, and so the entirety of those little microbiomes had developed around the idea of lush vegetation being available constantly and abundant. 2 goats, a breeding pair of goats, or a pregnant nanny goat gets on a fucking island, and then fucking 25 years later, you've got a brand new species of goat, by the way. Not a new species, but a modified species of goat that has completely and utterly destroyed an entire microbiome. Same thing happened when we introduced cats. Well, not cats. What was it we introduced?
Cats do kill a lot of things.
They do, yeah. Cats, dogs, rabbits. They brought rabbits for food to Australia, and rabbits destroyed Australia. Totally invasive species. So yeah, absolutely. If you look at the cost of having mosquitoes on the planet in sickness and disease, not just in humans, but in animals.
Yeah, like the reason why you give your dog heartworm shit is that's how they get heartworm,
Yep.
is from mosquitoes.
So if you look at the cost and then the benefit, it would be wrong for us as a sentient species who understands the impact of these things to not eliminate mosquitoes. Yeah, cats in Australia were a thing for birds. Killed off a lot of the native songbirds and shit. The dodo was killed by us introducing rats from our ships. So the dodos would lay one big egg, and they had no natural predators, and so they didn't.
Oh shit! It just it's on your shirt.
I can't grab this without fucking making it fly. The duo: Amelia the spotter, Paul the killer.
Got it right on there.
I was so sneaky. Oh man, we got him. Oh, that felt good. There's another one though. I'm gonna get him too. Is he there?
Briefly.
Oh, there he is on my leg. Fuck. Ubi caritas Dominus tecum. Oh. Oh. Mais oui. Absolument.
Feel so accomplished now, don't you?
Yes, I do. If something's been pestering you for a long time and you get to fucking punish it with electricity, absolutely, that feels good.
It's okay, D. You don't gotta be scared.
They're just snipping the flies. Snip, snip. You try to snip a fly every once in a while. I bet he's gotten one here and there.
Not as much as Cricket, though.
Oh, Cricket's a hunter.
Yeah, he's a fly killer.
Oh. Heard you used to live in Cali. Can we all agree no one in Fresno knows how to fucking drive? That's everywhere, dude. Nobody knows how to fucking drive, period. That's everywhere, bro. I've lived all over the country, and one thing is ubiquitous. Moron drivers. Greetings, what's your live about? We just chill, talk. I interact with the chat, so, you know, I ask that the chat be, like, actually makes sense and shit. But other than that, it's just chill. I'm just smoking a joint and hanging out here in my backyard. We talk. We laugh, we rap, we yap, we talk about vision. I have lived in Texas, yes. I lived in San Antonio, Texas for 2 years. And I liked it okay. You know, a lot of people warned me as a Cali boy I wasn't going to like it down Texas way, but I didn't think it was that bad. It's definitely not the worst place I've lived. That would be Louisiana. Louisiana with a bullet. Followed pretty closely by Ohio. Ohio was dog shit too, but Louisiana was real fucking depressing. Well, I'm not ingesting nicotine at the moment. This is a left-handed cigarette, okay? This is a California smoke. What was wrong with Ohio? Flat, empty, dumb Midwestern fucking people. Shitty, blown-out towns that look like fucking like something out of a fucking post-apocalyptic movie. Yeah, Ohio is just trash from fucking border to border, bro. Yeah, it was the Midwest. Yeah. Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve, dude. Don't I know you? Aren't you like an old school YouTuber guy? Ain't you been around a hot minute, or are you an impersonator? That name triggered something. It shook loose a memory. Are you an old school YouTuber, Scuba Steve? I feel like I've heard your name and bumped into you. 10 years, yeah. Well, that would qualify old school. That would put you in the old school, yeah, bud. I've got a little more than that on me. I'll be coming up on 20 years in like 2026. 2026 will be 20 years on YouTube for me. That's fucking insane. That's cool, though. Are there any YouTubers from the early days that you miss? Bro, I bumped into one the other day. Well, not the other day. It was a few weeks ago. But I was hanging out in Destiny's Discord back when I was going on that show back and forth. I was chilling in there, and a dude started talking, and he sounded familiar, and then all of a sudden he was like, Paul, do you remember me? And I looked at his name, and it was something napalm, and I was like, fucking edible napalm? He was like, yo! He was a dude that I watched probably like fucking 15 years ago. He was a Brett Keane A-log. He was one of the dudes that would just fucking just like antagonize Brett Keane constantly. And he had a vendetta against Brett Keane because Brett Keane had false flagged a couple of his channels down. But he was a cool guy, dude. It's like a really cool cat. And he and I caught up and talked. It was just weird fucking hearing him again because I used to listen to him all the time. Oh, thank you, darling.
I figured that soda wasn't much of that left.
No, I only got a squaller left, so you read it just right. Yeah, Edible Napalm was a dude that I always really liked laughing with, and he, like I said, he was one of the early Brett Keane A-logs. Just a dude that lived to antagonize Brett Keane, way pre-DP. We're talking 15 years ago now. 16 maybe even. Yeah, dude. Let me give a shout out to Hugh Janus. Oh, oh no, what have I said? You got me, kid. I mean, come on, bud. You gotta get up pretty fucking early in the morning, bro. You gotta get up pretty fucking early in the morning, bro. You're gonna catch me with a fucking legit Hugh Janus, bro. Oliver clothes off. Mike Hunt. You're the only one who got it? Really? Bro, that's kind of fucking sad, bro. You've been getting them all night? Everyone else on YouTube didn't understand what you were doing? Come on, buddy. That's fucking crazy, bro. Well, you know what? Hey, welcome. You found the one intelligent person on YouTube. You did it. You reached the bottom. You did it, dude. What the fuck, bro? Well, good on you, man. That's actually some legit good trolling right there. That deserves a sub. Drop it, bro. Drop it, bro. Drop the sub, bro. Bro, I was using those names back when I was a kid doing prank calls on the phone, bro. Those names are so old. I can't believe they still work, dude. The classics still work. Dude, you should try Is Your Refrigerator Running, bro? You should try Is Your Refrigerator Running? And if they say yes, you say, you better go catch it. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. That one's older than me. And I bet it still works. Jack Mayhoff. Yeah. Excuse me, my name is Jack Mayoff. People are retarded, bro. That's straight up, dude. That is so sad that you've been traveling from fucking stream to stream all night getting people to say Hugh Janus and not knowing what they're doing, bro. Oh yeah, dude, shout outs to Hugh Janus, bro. Shout outs to Hugh Janus, bro. Hey, would you blow me? Yeah, dude, my good friend, hey, would you blow me, bro? It really is unbelievable, bro. I gotta tell you, man, and this is between me, you, and the wall, and the other 150 fucking people in here. Bro, if I was a bad person, I feel like I could just make a lot of fucking money right now, dude. I feel like people are just like, they're gone, bro. I feel like there's a lot of dumb money out there to just be picked up. All you gotta do is have no fucking moral compass, you know what I mean? Like, I do, but I'm just telling you, man, a fool and his money, that does not bode well, dude, for the future, bro, that you've been going around all night to lives with hey, would you blow me? Or no, which one did you use? Well, whichever one. Whichever one. You know, I can't fucking believe it. It makes me sick in my heart, man. Hugh Janus, yeah, Hugh Janus, sorry. But bro, good job, man. Good job. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm glad we found each other, bro. We're cut from the same cloth, you and I. I'm an old school troll, man. I've been trolling since before trolling was named, bro. I've been doing it all. I used to troll truckers on a CB radio all day and all night, bro. Started when I was 8. I've been trolling since before the internet, bro. And it's pretty funny. It can be pretty good. I mean, you get good at it. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't believe that it doesn't take... Dude, dude, Hugh Janus, bro, works. I'm sorry to keep on it, dude. I'm sorry to keep fucking repeating myself, but you've blown my mind tonight, bro. You've revealed a whole fucking thing tonight, bro. I can't even believe that works, bro. Hugh Janus? No, you didn't interrupt my stream. You added a whole ass topic, bro. You brought life into the stream, bro. I don't know what we were fucking belly bitching about, but now we're freaking out, bro. Mike Oxlong, bro. Mike Oxlong, bro. Mike Oxlong has arrived, bro. Bro. Oh man. Oh, shit. We are fucked, ain't we, guys? There's no hope for humanity, bro. This dude has been going around all night And Hugh Janus has been working on people. Mike Litteris has been working. We're fucked, ain't we? There's no hope. We're cooked. Yeah, as you kids say, we're cooked. Yeah, dude, we were talking about the take a look ats. Yeah, dude, take a look at my balls. I mean, that one would, if that one was working, because I've landed take a look ats on people. I've landed, that one I could understand working here and there, but fucking Hugh Janus? Ivan Erection? Yeah. Ivana Erection. Oh, man. We're doomed. We're doomed, y'all. We're cooked. The world is, dude, it's that fucking, it's that Fat Mike song, that NoFX song, The Idiots Are Taking Over. It's actually happened. You guys heard that song? I think it's NoFX, isn't it? The idiots are taking over. Pretty sure it's NoFX. Jesus Christ, bro. It happened. My ass soul. Yeah. 56% of Americans have read a book last year. Hey, that's actually a higher number than I thought. Remember that? Yeah, you remember that dude that got canceled because he went to like some DNC thing and some lady tried to interview him and she was like, "What's your name?" "Hugh." "What's your last name?" "Mungus." And he got canceled. Humongous. You guys remember Humongous, bro? He got canceled back in like the early fucking like Pepe the Frog alt-right kind of 2014 days. People were like, he was sexually assaulting her by referring to his penis. You guys remember that dude? Humongous? He's a legend, bro. Humongous is a legend, bro. Jamie, roll that clip. Jamie, find that Humongous clip. H3H3 gave him a GoFundMe or something, and it's a one thing I respect them for. Oh yeah, they raised, I remember that. Yeah, I remember H3H3 raised money for Humongous because he got canceled. I think he like lost his job or something because he made that joke. It's so fucking retarded, bro. This is one of the reasons why I'm starting to like separate myself from typical channels of advocacy when it comes to like involving myself in democratic politics and arguing about it. It's like the goddamn like lurch to sensitivity. Like I get it, and I think a lot of good has come out of that, right? I think a lot of good things have come out of people being a little more sensitive to hate speech, not otherizing people because of immutable characteristics or choices or whatever you want to call it, right? I get that. But it's just like the hypersensitivity of every little joke is micro-examined and fucking, it's, bro, it pushes people like me right away. Because I'm sorry, dude, I'm not saying I'm incapable. I've changed the way that I speak and the way I conduct myself as a result of the changing of like modern expectations and shit, but only to a degree. Like, that type of stuff just bothers me, man. The hypersensitivity about every little thing, the whining, the kind of like trying to cancel comedians for saying shit. That type of shit is just not on my radar, man. I'm not conflating those things. I'm not conflating accepting minorities and accepting, you know, people who are different with trying to ruin people's lives. It's the ruination of people's lives for perceived transgressions that I'm talking about specifically. And it is rampant on the left and the right when we're talking mainstream politics. Doxing, dirty dealing, backroom dealing, fucking dropping DMs, all the drama bullshit, all of that is connected to this new climate of everything you say goes under the microscope and gets endlessly reinterpreted until you're a bad guy. Like, I just don't fucking, I don't identify with it, and I can't continue to fucking participate in it. I don't think the online left was ever a thing, dude. I think that YouTube and Twitch have this fucking, like, overrepresented idea of their importance on the political spectrum, because there's what, like 10 people on each that are really popular political wonks. I think that there's an overblown idea of the left, the online left. I don't think it ever existed. Like, I'm a leftist. I'm about as far left as anybody you're going to find, especially on certain issues. We can get into those if you want. But I spend 90% of my time arguing with people on the left, quote unquote. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hassan. I'm not. I don't hate the dude, and I don't dislike the guy to the extent that I dislike some of the other figures on the online left, but I'm not a big fan. Which issues? Globalism would probably be the one that I think people would consider to be the most crazy far left idea. I don't think that at this point in human history we can afford to pretend that we all live in different fucking worlds because you were born in Turkmenistan and I was born in Tennessee. I don't think that works anymore. I think we need a one world government, and I think we need it about 20 years ago. So there you go. That's a wild leftist fucking position. I thought you said his takes have been better than Vosh's and others. Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying, is I don't dislike him on the same level. I think his takes have been pretty spot on some things. I just can't watch him. I feel like his streaming style is him sitting and watching somebody else's shit and then pausing. Sometimes the dude will get up and walk away and just leave a video playing. And he'll be in the bathroom taking a shit, mixing up a protein shake, and he comes back and it's another 20 minutes of him silently sitting there and listening, and then he'll pause it and he'll make a 15-second comment and then he'll unpause it and it's another, you know what I mean? Like, I can't get with that. When somebody goes and pulls his takes out, right, and aggregates them in some way, I found a lot of his takes pretty refreshing coming from somebody in his position on the left. Like, his take on the Ukraine war, I think, has been based in the face of other people's takes. His takes on Israel have been far more consistent than a lot of other people's. You know? So I enjoy that. Paul, you and TG were actually formative for my position on the abolition of borders nations in favor of well, I'm glad for that, but I mean, like, we got a lot of work to do, bro. Most people think that we're going to survive as a species by pretending we're all different people on this planet. Like, most people. It is a wildly leftist idea that we need a one world government, that we should hyper globalize now so that we can mobilize forces and take care of problems and unify humanity against the coming threat, because people don't understand, dude. Climate collapse is real. We're living during the 6th mass extinction event in Earth's history that we know of, that we can scientifically prove. And it is going to be horrifying. And we can't afford to be at war with one another and attempting to survive what's coming. Skeptical of AI. I mean, that's fine. I don't really care. You can be skeptical of it all you want. You're not going to put the genie back in the bottle. It's here. It's not leaving. It's getting better. It's getting more integrated into everything that you do. And you won't escape it, so you can be critical of it all day. You think there's a path out of mass psychosis? Yeah, but I don't think it's a pretty path. I think it's a path littered with millions and millions of dead. But yeah, I think that there's a chance that humanity comes to its senses at some point in the next 30 years. But I think at that point we're going to be decimated as a species. So, like, I don't think we've got time. I don't think we've got much time. The alarm bells of the scientific community, the climatology community, have been ringing for like 20 years, and now they're ringing extra fucking hard because shit is going way faster than they projected. 30 years, 50 years, maybe 100 years, if we're all very lucky, of this type of lifestyle. Yeah, we're in trouble. Oh yeah, we should have started. We should have started in the 80s or the 70s when we realized all of this. Climatologists knew that humans were impacting the environment in 75, I think, for a certainty. We should have started then. We didn't. We haven't even begun. We've only doubled and tripled and quadrupled by a factor of 10 or 20 the problem, and we're continuing to do that. So we're fucked. Mars is out of our reach. Mars is a fantasy right now. Even just getting a human being on Mars is a fantasy right now, much less setting up a whole ass. I'm not saying it's impossible in the long term for humanity. I'm just saying you think it's happening in the next 50 years before the collapse. Mars is too late. The moon is too late. Giant, big, beautiful space stations are too late. All that sci-fi shit is way too late. We're 20, 30, 40 years too late on all of it.
Yeah, it's been on the back burner for decades, so there's just no chance. It hasn't been given a chance to accelerate.
Yep. Yeah, dude. There have been 2 astronauts stuck on the ISS for a year, and they may not come home till next year. In fact, that's what it looks like. It's going to be 2025 and possibly mid-2025 before they get to come home. We can't even get them off of the ISS. You think we're going to go to Mars? Mars is a fucking fantasy, bro. A fantasy. We haven't even landed a human being on the moon in 30 years. We've forgotten how to do that. Get that out of your head. So what's your other solution? Stay tribalized? Stay pretending that I'm a different human being than you are because you were born in Turkey and I was born in California. Let's be at war with one another. Let's try and steal each other's shit. Let's not work together. And let's all pretend that these nation states mean something as we all burn to death on the planet. Let's do it. Have the experts said how much time we have left? Well, on certain things, yes. And their calls, you have to keep in mind that climatologists' calls have been conservative. They've actually found that these calls have been happening quicker than they thought. So the acidification of the ocean and the loss of 90% of all large ocean life is 30 years away, according to the current models. The institution of lethal wet bulb temperature, which you can look up, is 50 years away. That is when the entire equatorial belt of the Earth is uninhabitable to humans without specialty equipment because it's too dark, too hot, and too humid. 1/3 of the planet's population currently lives in the equatorial belt. So 50 years until 1/3 of the population is well, not 50 years, 20 years until 1/3 of the Earth's population is massively fleeing north and south because they're dying in the street. Okay? So we're on the clock for both of those. Let that sink in. By the way, the mass migration that you're seeing building up at the American-Mexican border and building up at the North African-European separation zones, all of those things are a sign of this. People are already fleeing the climate. People are already fleeing this problem that I'm talking about. So it's not something that maybe it'll be longer than Paul thinks. It's already started, and it's accelerating.
Yeah, they're not coming just because they think, oh, it's just jobs.
Mm-mm. These people are fleeing crop death. They're fleeing monoculture. They're fleeing biological density destruction of the rainforest and their indigenous homes. They're fleeing 120-degree temperatures with wet bulb. They're fleeing 100% humidity 6 months a year. They're fleeing disease, famine, insect swarms coming out of nowhere. That's what those people. That's why there's a gang of people trying to get into the United States from south, because the equator is dying. The equatorial belt of this planet is becoming uninhabitable for human beings. And in 20 years, the migration is going to accelerate to a point that makes what's happening now look like a fucking dream. A bad dream. A distant dream. And that's just one angle of this. People are not even talking about it. Crop failure. Famine.
As our presidential or our vice president said, the next wars will be fought over water.
Mm-hmm. Resource wars already happening. Used the wrong your, bud. Need to go back to school. Learned that one in 4th grade. You're looking for Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Your. Not your. Jesus Christ, I know, right? Dude, I learned that shit in 4th fucking grade, bro. 4th. Nah, chat's been okay tonight, honestly. Like, at first, though, yeah. Dude, the first 20 minutes or 30 minutes of this shit was fucking wild. Wild. Chat was wild. Probably one dude, sadly, you're right. Probably one or two or three people with 50 alts to burn, and now that they're burned, the chat is chill. Well, your tism is not a problem. I haven't noticed you in a bad way. In fact, you're usually a pretty good participant, so don't worry about it. Desalinization plants and nuclear plants should be the focused. I don't think so, but yeah. Yeah, let's suck all the water out of the oceans. That's a great idea. And let's set up a bunch of nuclear bombs all over the planet, too. Before you go like, nuclear safe, blah, blah, I don't want to hear it, dude. Until you can ensure me that human error has been taken out of the equation, which you can't, then I don't think setting up giant nuclear bombs everywhere is a good idea. I don't trust the human side of it. I trust the scientific side of it. Seems like it should work.
Would you trust an AI to run something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can get to the point where it's out of a human's hands and we're not relying on a nuclear engineer, not, he was up all night fighting with his wife and he showed up with 1 hour of sleep and he's fallen asleep at the console and he accidentally hits the wrong fucking combination and triggers a meltdown.
Well, more than human error is the profit motive. Because that is what leads to cutting corners and
cutting costs, cutting corners.
Not keeping up with maintenance.
It's just like a lot of people right now are nuclear advocates when all they have to do is go to the news and look up Zaporizhia, which is a Ukrainian nuclear facility, the largest one in the world, by the way, which has been a war zone for over 2 years now and is constantly being threatened with bombs and shit. And nobody can man it properly, so it's in maintenance mode and they're worried it's going to fucking melt down. Just look it up.
Yeah, because they still need power to keep it cool, even if it's not running.
Telling me you want to dot the planet with nuclear bombs that are just waiting to go off, right?
When
there's constant conflict on the planet. Conflict is ramping up on the planet, and you want more nukes. No. Bad idea.
The current paradigm of it, too, it's like... It's been used for war. It's being run by profit-driven companies that weren't keeping up with shit.
If they can save $1 billion by cutting corners at nuke plants, you know they're going to do it. And if it's against the law for them to do it, they're going to lobby the government until it's deregulated enough for them to do it. And then
even if they do get caught breaking the law, they're just going to pay the cost of doing business.
Yeah, then you're working on a skeleton crew at an improperly maintained nuclear facility, and you're telling me we're working safe. No. The current paradigm doesn't allow for safe work. Not in nuclear facilities. Not in privately owned nuke facility. No. No.
The ones that we have are greatly placed. Like, there's a big one in California they're working on shutting down because they don't want a tsunami to fucking hit it.
This is so paranoid. Petrol and coal companies are poisoning the environment constantly. Why don't you go take a trip to fucking what's that town called that's outside of fucking in Ukraine? I'm trying to think. Pripyat. Why don't you go hang out in Pripyat and film it and send me that, and you tell me then what's destroying the environment.
That was something that they believed couldn't.
Yeah. Go to Pripyat. Go to 3 Mile Island and hang out over there. And I'm not looking for Chernobyl. I knew Chernobyl. I was looking for the town of 20 or 30,000 people that was utterly destroyed and abandoned that's too dangerous to walk in now. Almost 100 years after the incident. And it'll be that way for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 more years. No-go zone. Dead. Mutated animals everywhere. Fucked. Yeah. Go hang out. Go hang out over there. We don't make reactors like that anymore. Oh, you make foolproof reactors now?
Like that one?
Like that one was?
Foolproof, yeah.
Is that what we do? We got foolproof people now and foolproof reactors now. You trust that?
What about fucking Fukushima and Nagasaki?
Yeah. What about it? You're talking about Hiroshima,
Yeah.
or are you talking about Fukushima?
I'm talking about Fukushima, sorry.
Talking about the Fukushima meltdown?
Yeah.
Fukushima was so different.
I
It's
don't-
like, no, it wasn't. A fucking tidal wave hit it. They didn't foresee it coming, and it melted down and dumped a bunch of fucking radiation into the environment. It wasn't different. You're just making excuses. That's a modern nuclear reactor that was supposed to be foolproof. That they didn't prepare for a fucking tsunami. That's human error. They didn't prepare for a tsunami in a tsunami zone.
Yeah. And that's why they're killing the one in the central coast of California.
Yep.
They want to kill that because they
Yep.
think a tsunami probably could hit it.
Yep.
They don't
Uh-oh.
want to wait for it to get hit.
See, all you people, all you nuclear advocates just want to hand wave every nuclear accident. Oh, that's different. That one, we don't do that anymore. And it's just like, what are you telling me? Human error has been eliminated from the nuclear program?
Every possible thing has been foreseen that could fuck it up.
It's the answer to yeah, let's stop carbon emissions and irradiate the planet. Good idea, bud. Wow, we really fixed it. You're so dumb. You can't hand wave nuclear accidents, bro. I'm sorry. You can't hand wave human error. You can't hand wave the capitalistic imperative to cut corners. You can't hand wave it, bro. You need to work on your rhetoric if you want to have a conversation with me. They aren't bombs, then why do they pollute like bombs? Go to Pripyat and tell me a bomb didn't go off there. Go. Quit talking. I'm now you're warned. This conversation is over. You don't have the information to have an adult conversation with me about this. You're trying to hand wave nuclear disasters and give me nuh-uhs. Go back and read a book and try again.
Although, fucking Jimmy Carter, I don't know what happened to him. He got one of the good mutations or something from when he was cleaning up some nuke shit.
I guess.
He's still fucking alive, which is insane.
Yep. I don't know, Jordan. All I know now is I don't support nuclear expansion now. Fusion reactors with AI controls that are closer to infallible than a human could ever be. Maybe we can start talking about safely rolling that out. But right now, this let's build nukes. It's okay, build a big giant bomb, it's all right. And then we look at war breaking out. The largest nuclear plant on the planet right now is a war zone. And people are going, build more, build more, build more. And it's like, you know what's going to happen if Zaporizhia goes up? Nobody's going to be at war over that area. I'll tell you that. Nobody's going to want it. Rockets being exchanged over Zaporizhia as we speak. Nobody in control of it. Uh-oh. What that International Nuclear Energy Agency, the IAEA or whatever, International Atomic Energy Association, has been issuing warning after warning about Zaporizhia for 2 years. This is the association that's supposed to ring the alarm bell when there's an impending nuclear disaster, and they've been laying on the alarm bell for 2 years, and you want us to build more of these all over the planet. No, sir. No, sir.
I'd love to trust PG&E that caught half the state of California on fire.
Yeah, PG&E, our local electrical company, our private electrical company here in California that owns the electrical grid here and maintains it here in California, burned half the state down over the last 10 years. Because they cut corners and allowed their shitty old fucking poles to fall over in storms and start wildfires all over the state. And you know what happened? They paid millions of dollars in fines, and they're still operating.
And they put all that loss onto the people having to use their utility.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta pay for their fines.
But let's trust a company like that to run a nuke reactor. No thanks. No, sir. No. I think something like 80% of the wildfires in California over the last 10 years were caused by PG&E poles falling over. They were electrical fires from just low maintenance on, because like, dude, if you know California, it's a mountainous state, okay? There are tons of little mountain towns. I used to go to one for my dentistry when I was a kid called North Fork, way up in the mountains, not way up, but just like about an hour from my home. But the dentist there, guy, and that town was beautiful. I'm talking about like a dream. Log cabin, kind of little woodland town built into the woods. That town is gone. I can't go show it to you now. I can show you pictures of me there as a kid. That town doesn't exist anymore. It burned 3 years ago or 4 years ago. PG&E burned it down. I used to go to a place all the time called Dinky Creek. Way up in the fucking Sierras. Beautiful little creek, nice camping, beautiful lush forest. That area is devastated. Burned to the fucking crisp. You can't even go there anymore. PG&E fire. They got fined a few $1 million for that. Burning down a town. You want a company like that running a giant nuclear bomb that's near your home? I don't. Cutting corners, cutting staff, overworking its employees, underpaying them. I don't.
North Fork is back. I didn't get decimated.
It got that whole area burned.
There's like houses for sale.
That's good. That's good. They're rebuilding it, but that whole town burned to the ground. People just don't understand, man. They evacuated numerous beautiful little mountain towns. And some of them had PG&E poles that were put up 100 years prior. Just rotted stumps with electrical wires draping down on the ground and shit. Shit burned, man. Dude, there was a wildfire on a trip, a thing that Amelia has been over, the Grapevine, a few years ago. It's like one of the only conduits from the north to the south in California. You got to go out and around on a fucking treacherous ass Highway 1 that falls into the ocean all the time, or over the Grapevine, which is a mountain pass over the fucking northern coastal range, or the southern coastal range, sorry, into Southern California. And it's like on fire. Yep. Oh yeah, dude. People froze to death in Texas because of their corner-cutting privatized electrical grid. And they couldn't even get help from other states because they intentionally severed their fucking power ties to other states. So they couldn't even purchase power from surrounding states that weren't freezing to death. So that people just froze. And you want that type of company running nuke reactors? Does nuclear really scare you that bad? Doesn't it you? Not really. Cool. Well, enjoy your blissful ignorance. Enjoy your ostrich head buried in the fucking hole in the ground while the rest of us burn. You'll burn one day too and ask why. Because Russians did a dumb fuck one time? What about Zaporizhia? If you don't know what that is, I don't even want to have a talk with you. What about Zaporizhia? Talk to me about Zaporizhia right now, or shut your fucking mouth. Russia did a bad one time. Another Russian error. What about 3 Mile Island? What about Fukushima? American error and a Japanese error. Uh-oh. Let's talk. Let's talk. Come on. Come on. Come on. Where you at? Your mouth was running. Where you at, bud? Why is it taking so slow now? Yes, sir. Ban him. Ban him. Get him out. Get him out. Too stupid to have a conversation. Bye. You're not prepared. You're not prepared to have a conversation about nuclear energy with me. So get out. Go read a book, bitch. Why are you so worried about nuclear energy? Gives a bunch of things. Lol. Why are you so tripped out about nukes, man? Gives legitimately constant fucking examples. Nah, dude, lol. One mistake. Gives like 9 more. Lol. You can't, I'm not even gonna bother. You're either 12 or just another fucking failure of the American public education system. Either way, I ain't paid to educate your ass. Nor could I if I wanted to. You can fix stupid, but it takes too many years. You got left behind in 4th fucking grade, dude. There ain't nothing I could do for you, bro. You and I just can't even talk as adults about shit. I'm not even that smart. I've taken the actual IQ test and I'm average. I just grew up at a time where public schools had funding. So I learned how to read, write, do long division, talk, right? Learned how to comprehend books and information. And if you take a look at the Department of Education statistics right now, most people are being graduated, or like a huge swath of kids are being graduated from high school with a 4th grade reading comprehension level. There's nothing I can do. I can't even talk to a 20-year-old now. Paul, that's all impossible. What? What are you even talking about, bro? When you're interested in a subject, do you read or watch videos on it, or both? Depends on how interested I am in a subject, right? Passing interest, you can just watch a little video about it and go, huh, that's cool. Deep interest, you read. You just read, right? Average American reads at an 8th grade level. The average rental agreement is written in college level English, right? Yeah, I pay some attention to geopolitics, but I am an American, so probably not as much as others. But yeah, pay some attention to geopolitics. Don't snuff the rooster on me, Allison Chains Enjoyer, okay? Don't come to snuff the rooster, all right? Let's not do it. What do people act like learning is impossible? Because they never learned to learn. I know that sounds like a hand wave answer, but it really is. Learning how to learn is part of public school, and that's where a lot of people are getting failed. When you're retarded on an issue, here's a sign of that. How do you get unretarded on an issue? Here's how you do that. They never learned how to learn. Yeah, learning itself is a skill that you have to be taught. And you're not taught how to do it. You're taught to just go to other people for your opinions, read other people's social media posts and go, yeah, dude, all this is based, and like watch fucking essays and videos and shit. And that's how you're getting your information. You're just being led around by the nose. People need to learn how to learn. Children need to learn how to learn. Nice beard. Are you Muslim? No, sir. No, sir. I'm just a Viking. I'm just a Scotsman. A true Scotsman. A Highlander. Of rare breed. Mississippi school system sucked when I was a kid, but my mom, yeah, see, that's the thing, is like, that's kind of the problem. Like, the school system has sucked for a few decades. There's been a lot of problems, even going back to the time when I was in school. I'm not saying it was all roses and peaches. It was underfunding, overcrowding and stuff going on in the public school system. But parents were making up for it. My parents were on my ass. They read to me from a baby. I started sounding out words and shit at like 6 months old, 7 months old. My mom's got a tape of me singing "Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so" when I was 9 months. My parents were on top of my ass when it came to learning shit. They fostered an environment that was like, it was a good thing for me to read. It was a good thing for me to write. It was a good thing for me to learn things. You know, my parents bought that expensive ass Encyclopedia Britannica set. And I always had one of those as a kid. You know, that's what you had before Google or the library. But we had that right in our house. You know, if we wanted to look up a certain type of fish, we had an article on it. If we wanted to look up a certain political thing, we had an article on the country, right? It wasn't the deepest info that you could get, but you could educate yourself using the library, using the Britannica set, right? That was just normal in my house. I went to the library all the time, all throughout my childhood. It was one of my favorite things to do. I didn't stop going until books started getting easier to get, digitized books and shit, right? Dude, I lit the wrong end of my joint. It was just a fucking roach anyway. That's a party foul. I'm gonna need a new joint. Damn night, yeah. Come on, D. Come on, D. Get your little booty butt out here, boy. Oh, shit. Bongs are better than joints, you think, huh? Well, hey, do what you want to do, man. I'm gonna smoke a joint. My mom made me read a book per week for the longest. My dad was throwing computer concepts at. Oh yeah, dude, I just had parents that loved to learn, and were very invested on me and me being, you know, smart. I do. I own a really nice bong. I just don't use it very often because I hate cleaning them. But make no bones about it, I'm not like some super intelligence. I'm an average intelligence guy. just know how to read and write. And that's been invaluable in my life, and I can't imagine living without it. No backwoods. I just don't have any. I mean, I love a backwood, dude. Don't get me wrong. But I never learned to roll one up real good. And they're kind of a pain in the ass. So, you know, when I've got a friend that can roll up a good ass backwood, I do it. But I don't really waste my time with it. You know, a joint is a joint is a joint, you know. So I've never shattered a bong, bro, in my whole life. Never ever. My parents took me to the library every week without fail since I was 3. My library free tutoring all week long. Yeah. I'm almost 27. I feel old. What's your first thoughts when you read this? That you should be fucking flogged. No. I don't know, dude. I just like when I hear young people going like, dude, I'm so old, and they're like 25. I just want to slap your face and be like, go out there and do something crazy, because like you have no idea what a gift you have. You're in your 20s, shut the fuck up and go do some crazy shit, because you'll never ever be in a position to do it again in your life. You get assimilated into the fucking white picket fence shit so quick, bro. Be 20. Pop Molly. You know, have inadvisable sex. I don't know what you kids are into now. Just go do it. You know, go make mistakes. Go have fun. Take advantage of that fucking well of energy that you've got for every little thing. I'll pay you $50 to smack my face and tell you to do something new. I don't like actually hitting people. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but it does make me angry when I see young people bitching about being young. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. I mean, I worked through my 20s as well, and I worked real hard, but I played hard too. I did a lot of crazy shit. Partied, drank, smoked, popped pillies, got in the whip, drove to another party. You know what I mean? I did a lot of inadvisable shit, but I wouldn't take any of it back. It was fun as fuck. I had a great time. My body can't handle that shit no more. And it's probably inadvisable to do it for longer than your 20s anyway, but get on that shit, bro. I've read a little bit of Marx and Engels. A lot of their letters back and forth to one another. I did read Das Kapital. That is a fucking slog. I read it in my 20s. You know, I'm not a big fucking student of socialism. I don't call myself a socialist. My interest in Marx and Engels is almost entirely in their establishment of the International, which is, you know, the workers' union, and their advocacy here in the United States, which started the Gilded Age labor revolution that led to everything that we have as laborers now. No, I'm not. I've never really been into Nietzsche. I've read some Nietzsche, you know, but doesn't speak to me on the same level, I guess, as it speaks to some other people. No, dude, it's not a bad thing though, Jerry. I'm not telling you have to go out and do stupid shit. I'm just saying, like, that's, you know what, because you make a good point, bro. I'm not saying necessarily go out and be stupid and take a bunch of drugs and be retarded. I'm just saying, like, when you're 20, you have the ability to stack up shit. You really do. You have the ability to do this, that, and the other thing. You are never going to be as healthy and vibrant as you are at that age. And it's never going to be easier for you to bounce back from mistakes or bad decisions and shit. So it's like, just enjoy it, because like you'll be looking back at it. If you're like most people, by the time you're 32, you're going to be locked down. You might even have a kid already. You know what I mean? Like, that whole life is great for people, but don't rush to it. Enjoy that fucking time where you're supposed to be figuring it out, you know? I canvassed into my in my 20s. You know, I did political activism shit in my 20s. Be safe though? To an extent, be safe. Don't be so safe that you do nothing. That's the problem. Safe is a relative word, you know? Yeah, acid reflux, bro. Sciatica. All this shit, bro. Enjoy them 20s. Because you only get one of them. You only get 120s. You never get to go back. Some people go crazy chasing them 20s, man. You ever see these like old men walking around with their faces all stretched tight, teeth all bleached, implants looking all shiny like a fresh fucking box of chiclets in their mouth, trying desperately not to look 70? Hair implants, fucking plastic surgery, cheap fillers, lip fillers. I mean, that's all people just desperately trying to get what you got right now. Kids nowadays do Fenty. Yeah, I guess you're right. Shit has changed, bro. Yeah, don't go crazy on the Fenty, kiddos. I Fenty at all. What even is that? I know Fenty. No Fenty. I guess, bro, but I have so many friends running towards the void, drug addicts just like their parents beforehand. It's sad to see. It's honestly nothing I want to be around. Well, yeah, don't be fucking retarded. Don't go down the black hole. I'm just saying, enjoy your body. Enjoy your mind. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your ability to do things that are wild. That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying fucking, fall down the fentanyl hole. I'm not saying go have 9 babies. Like, obviously be responsible. But just don't let yourself fucking just pass by on the 20s, you know? You never do get them again. You'll be chasing them feels, man, for the rest of your life. No one's trying anymore because they know they will never be able to afford shit. I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of people out there trying to extra fucking hard right now. So. Like Morgan Freeman said, a bus leaves every day where you are. Yeah, that's true. I try and tell people that all the time. I think people get stuck. And I don't even think it's like physically or economically stuck. There are people that will make excuses for being fucking miserable. It's like, man, I hate where I live. It's like, get out. Well, I ain't got the money. It's like, you don't need the money. Save up the money. Save up for a couple of months, make some cutbacks in your life, and get the fuck out. What are you waiting on? What do you think, it's not gonna suck 10 years from now? Get the fuck out now. You hate what you're doing and hate where you're at. You wanna try something new? Go do it. You know, there are very few people that could give me a list of excuses as to why they couldn't, and I'm poor ain't one of them, bro. If you're taking care of a sick family member, you got a bunch of kids, okay. Maybe it's harder for you to pick up stakes and just go, but if you ain't in that group, save up some money, get a bus ticket, find you a little apartment, find you a job. Boom. It's like, I don't get it, y'all. A lot of excuses out there. Don't make excuses, make moves. You still talk to your dad? Yeah, me and my dad talk. We didn't for a long time, but we reconnected, and it's a good thing. Men always have complex and often strained relationships with their dads. Not all. Sometimes guys have and maintain a really great relationship with their father, but I feel like a lot of people I know had a contentious relationship with their dad. I know I'm old because I bought smokes for my mom at 6 years old. Yeah. Yes, sir. That does age you quite a bit, Mr. Steve, sir. What would you do? I'm currently staying in a shelter, working full-time, saving the money. I could just get in an apartment now or go back to school basically for free. I know I can do either. What would you do? Dude, I don't know your life, man. I don't know. I will tell you this, man, if the area that you're in is dragging you, you can go elsewhere. And so, you know, I'm actually starting to get excited because I've been laser focused on this one area, which I think is beautiful. But I'm about to expand my vision for where I could live and find something like I'm looking for. And I'm excited. I'm excited about that, you know. What does Buddhism have to say about excuses? I don't know. Like I said, I'm early in my journey, and I'll be honest with you guys in that. You know, I've been leaning hard into the Tao. And Taoism and Buddhism and, you know, just those Eastern Dharmic religions have a lot in common. Buddha is often and almost ubiquitously revered by Taoists. There's even like an apocryphal story in Taoism that Lao Tzu was the teacher of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Lao Tzu being the eponymous writer and author of the Tao Te Ching. So, I don't know. I'm leaning hard in that direction. And I'm finding, you know, a lot of like insight and wisdom in the Tao. But as far as excuses go, I don't know that I could tie it right now yet. I'm still learning. I just can't get excited about anything anymore. It feels like I fell down a hole that I can never get out of. You need a change, bro. Wax paper. Look at me. I'm dead ass fucking serious, bro. Look at me. You need a change. I know that feeling, bro. You're just spinning your wheels in the muck. You need to go. Do something wild, man. Make a move in your life. Save up money and do something. Go somewhere you never thought you'd be. Change up the way that you look at your fucking environment, bro, because that hole, you'll spend a decade in that hole. You will. You'll spend a decade in that hole, and you'll look back over the balance of that decade and go like, fuck. You know you're in a hole. Dig out. Spell run. Dude, that's an ancient one, bro. Are you in? No, I'm not in your butt yet. Oh, you got me. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yes. You know, become accepting in the face of failure. Don't allow the world to drag you. Allow the world to feed you. Let go of what you can't influence. Let go of your desire to change everything and to make justice happen. Accept the world for what it is. Accept the world for what comes. Embrace change. Embrace tragedy. Embrace the glory of a morning. Can you let go of the idea of yourself and see yourself as the world? Right? That's in the Tao. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, buddy. Can't wear white pants after Labor Day. You know that, right? Feel that I exploded in anger today, ruined my whole day. It's a choice. It's a choice. Can you be calm in the face of those things? Can you let go of your personal desires and accept the events that are out of your control? Can you own your failure? Can you revel in it? Can you not even look at failure as failure? You know, can you let go of this idea that you can impose your will on a world that is you? Can you marshal your work? Can you do your job? Can you lead people without imposing your will? That's another part of the Tao that I really like. Can you be a leader without imposing your will? How will you get past shame and regret? That's what I still haven't figured out. Well, I'll be honest with you, Wax Paper, and I'm not trying to dissuade you. I spent 4 years in intensive talk therapy trying to figure out the answer to that question. And it's a very personal answer that I don't know that would apply to you. I can give you anecdotes. Here's one that resonated with me that I learned in therapy. What does shame and guilt avail you of in your life? Like, what does it give you? And I'm being honest. I want you to lift off what you are provided by shame and guilt. Like, you're ashamed of something that you've done in the past. You're guilty. You have regret. What is that regret providing you today in your life? Give me a list. Just start springboarding off the top of your head. I want to see if anything positive is listed. Nothing is the answer, right? Remember that. I'm not saying it fixes everything. It's not a cure-all, right? A lesson is another positive way of looking at it. But shame and guilt are a different, they're separate. They're separate emotions. They're separate ways of looking at things. And you have to train yourself to not judge yourself. Everybody's got skeletons in their closet. Everybody's done stupid, embarrassing, inadvisable shit. Some people more than others. Every human being is fallible. Every human being makes mistakes. Spending your days living in your past is going to do nothing but stifle your future. You know, none of that is going to fix it, because if you live as a guilty person, you live as a person filled with regret, you have to untrain that worldview, bro. It took me years. And it's still now struggle with it. I slip into that sometimes. I have to remind myself of these things. If it provides nothing to your life, it's worthless. You throw it away. Get rid of it. You know you're in the hole. That's step one. Step one, you ever heard this, is admitting you have a problem? Okay. You're in a hole. You live in shame and regret. Dig. Dig out. Dig a tunnel forward and up. Start shoveling every fucking day, one shovel of dirt towards your goal, and you'll start feeling better. Maybe not right away. I'm telling you, man, don't just spin your wheels, because you could do a decade there. Easy. 10 years of your life in a hole where you did nothing but regret. Did nothing but hate everything. Fuck. No, don't let that happen to you, man. Not a day more. Start a list and change something in your life. Get a new job, get a new roommate. I don't know what it is that's fucking you up. Get a new town, get a new state. Get a new relationship, or get rid of a fucking toxic one. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know your life. I can't be your therapist, but I can give you fucking anecdotes and generalities, and sometimes that helps. I don't know what you're dealing with. Loneliness? Get out of the area where nobody fucking to talk to. Involve yourself in something. Maybe you don't need to move. Maybe you need a hobby. Thankful I've had a friend jump into my whole life and help push me out. Yeah. No, for sure. Gotta have friends. I hear you. Maybe I was hoping for a miracle in late night YouTube chat. There ain't no such thing as miracles, man. I hate to fucking bust your bubble. But you have a whole fucking life ahead of you, and you can look at it in any of many various ways. Oh, I'm just gonna suffer forever and it's not worth it and I hate everything. Or I'm gonna go and make something of myself. I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about you deciding to do something different. And this is the toughest part, you deciding to forgive yourself for your fucking transgressions. You finding a way to let yourself go, I was a young person, I did some stupid shit. I forgive myself. That's the hardest part. Because that's how you get over regret, honestly. That's the hard work, though. You have to honestly forgive yourself, not just say it. You've got to go I was a young man, I was a young woman. I made some inadvisable moves in my life. I was wrong to that person. I was bad. I did this, I did that. I regret. I forgive myself for being young and stupid and impulsive or whatever I did, right? That's tough, but if you can work on it, you will free yourself from that prison of regret and shame and guilt. Because it serves no purpose in your life if you're using it as a way to beat yourself down. If you're using it as a lesson, this is how I'm not going to be in the future. That's how you're supposed to look at it if you look back at it at all. But it avails you of nothing to go I'm a scum, I'm a worthless individual. That avails you of nothing. That gives you no positivity in your life. It doesn't feed you. And it's literally worthless to do. So, just don't. I left my home at 18 or 19 with $100 and ended up in my own apartment within a few months. I just picked the wrong roommates. I mean, I left my home at 18 with nothing in my pocket. Went to go live with a friend in a state I'd never even thought about visiting. And less than a month later, I had a full-time job and I was paying rent on the apartment, and we moved into a better apartment in Chandler, and I got a better job, and like, it really just like lit up my whole life. I was about to be a NEET, bro. I was dropped out of college, sitting at home playing fucking not World of Warcraft yet, because it wasn't out, but you know what I mean? Like, I was playing fucking Ultima Online back then, and StarCraft all day, you know, hanging out with my friends, smoking weed, doing nothing. My parents kicked my ass out. I had to figure it out, and I did. And here I am. I'm almost 45 years old. I've never asked a person for $1. Never had to call my parents and go, like, I need help floating. I'm not saying that, you know, you've had to, that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, I take pride in that. I paid my way. I paid my way every day of my life, and I hope to continue to doing that till I'm dead. You know, I don't want to be on somebody else's fucking rolls. I handle my shit. And I continue to handle my shit. I pay my bills, I pay my taxes, follow my rules. Do you still have the will to keep going? You have to start over with nothing right now. Let me tell you a little story, white paper. I don't know how much you know about me. When I was 35 years old, I'd been married since I was 27, and that relationship ultimately had been a 12-year relationship. I owned a home. I had a career, right? I worked for a school district. I was a technology consultant for a school district. I was making really good money. It was a solid career with a solid retirement plan and a pension and all of that shit, right? I worked for the government. It was good shit. And I woke up one day and realized that I didn't love my wife anymore, that I didn't want the house I was living in, that I hated it, that I didn't want the type of life I was building, and that I was trapped in Sasuke's brother, the Genjutsu. No, that's an inside meme. I was trapped in my own life. 35 years old, bro. Okay? I don't know how old you are, but I want you to hear me clearly when I talk about what happened here. Okay? Just open up your ears. 35 years old. By everybody's metric, doing great. White picket fence, beautiful house with a pool, career, wife's got a career, trying to have kids, right? And then I realize, this is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my life. How did I get here? That's a song, by the way. I can't remember who did that song. Look at the days go by and the water running, right? You may ask yourself, this is not my beautiful wife, right? I had that fucking, yeah, the Talking Heads, yeah. Right? So I confronted this, right? And I decided, there's something wrong with you. You gotta suck it up and fix it, right? So I tried. I realized this problem in my 32, 33, I started to realize, like, shit, and I tried. And it got worse. Because everything that was going on in my head at that point, telling me you're not in love with this woman anymore, you don't want this life anymore, was true. And so here's what I did. I told my wife that I was leaving. I filed for divorce, no contest. She got everything. I didn't even take money. I eventually, in the divorce settlement, got half of our savings. But I went from everything to zero. Here's what I owned when I left my wife. A Scion XB that I bought in 2006. A computer, a duffel bag full of clothes, and a dream. That's pretty much zero where I come from. And I built a life. You know what it led to? Do you see what I'm doing right now? I don't make money doing these little late night stream things or morning streams that I do, but this is my life. I stream for a living. I left a job that was killing me and a life that was not feeding me, and I found a life that I love at 35. So if I can do that at 35 and give that up, all of that, stability for the rest of my life, married, the stability that comes with that, all I had to do was suck it up and be miserable. I gave it all up, and now I'm better situated than I was then. I have more money now than I had then. I have way more fulfillment because I own my own business, right? And I'm with somebody that matches me in energy and life goals. And all of that was limbered up by me being willing to give up everything and go to zero. So yes, to answer your question, I would go to zero right now if I had to. Because I know how to dig out of that. Done it my whole life. Started at zero, built up, went to zero again, built up. That's my life. Wife half your age too. I mean, yeah. Well, not half my age. Well, hold on. She might be less than half my age. Wait, no, 18 plus 18. I'm older than that. Wait, no, hold on. Fuck, I have to figure it out. Wait, no, hold on. Shit. Okay, I'm 45. My wife was born in 1998. So is she half my age or more less than half my age? I can't figure it out. Yeah, she's 26. Well, she's 25, but she's going on 26, right? I'm 20 years older than her, roughly. And I'm 44. So I was born in 1980. So how does that shake out? I was born in 1980. I'm 44 years old. She was born in 98. She's 25. If you were 52, she'd be half your age. So she's less than half my age. 22 and a half is half of 45. Okay, so she's more than half my age. You're 45 as well? Yeah, well, good. So yes. You know, if I had to start from zero at your age, at this age, I'd do it. I know how to do that. If that's what it took for me to be happy, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it tomorrow. Believe it. I was born in April of 1980, so you're a little older than me. You're ancient, Vito. You're ancient, dude. What an old man. Wait a minute. I was born in April. Am I older than you? I'm older than you. Oh, you're a young little bitch, dude. You're a young bitch. I'm older than you are. Ha 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 ha, dude. You don't know shit, bro. The switch up. I think you're my mom's age. Yeah. That would make sense. When we met, you was a youngster. You was 18 with a dream, I think, right? Or 19? Something like that. When we first met. So yeah. Yeah, probably. Well, you would have met me when I was like 35. This is a pup.
What is it, D? What you got, D? What you want, D? What you think about, D?
I've been really enjoying the Star Citizen loop, but I just have I feel stymied because I got into salvaging, saved up my money, and I bought this specialized salvage ship, and then they did this patch where they made salvaging more profitable. And you'd think, bonus for me. Now everybody's doing it, and you can't sell it anywhere because there's no demand. Demand is based on an NPC economy that's affected by players. So if I go get, like, let's say that stations will have lists of demands, like alcohol, for example. They want spirits. So if I go pick up a ton of them, I can sell that ton of them for a lot of money because they really desire that. But then they're not willing to pay the next guy the same amount of money for his big load of it, right? And eventually they get to the point where, like, we got stockpiles, so we don't need any more. And that's where I'm at.
So you'd have to go way out of your way to find a station.
Yeah, I gotta hunt a station, right? And it might be way out of my way, all the way on the other side of the galaxy. So I would need to find a station that's got a good demand. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and look and see if I can find a station that still has demand. Find a place nearby to do my salvaging. So.
But of course, everyone else has the same idea.
Right, of course. Well, from what I understand, I looked into it. I went on the forums because I was like, dude, I literally can't find a place to sell recycled material composite, which is what you get from salvaging these ships. And so I went on the forums, and people are saying there's a bug right now that are allowing people to sell more recycled material composite than they have. There's some kind of bug with the sales system, and people are exploiting it. I mean, they're supposed to. It's an alpha. But that's been what's driving these stations completely over their limit, and then they won't even buy it. So they're working on the bug and shit. So it's not like forever, but it's like right now I feel like my choice is sell my ship and buy another ship type entirely and just do like shipping for a while, or, you know, suck it up and fucking find a place that I can do because I really like the salvage gameplay loop, but I've got to be able to sell the shit. I want to make profit.
Do you have to make profit, though? Could you not just salvage and then plunder?
What do you mean?
Like, if everyone else is selling too much, could you not just plunder from them?
Oh, just be a pirate?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'll just like, instead of hanging around looking for stuff, I'll just like get like a combat ship and wait in the belts for people that are sniffing around with their salvage rigs and then just blow them up.
Yeah, because they're all going to be full up, so they can't sell it.
Yeah, and then I just scoop their cargo. Or scoop their ships, get them to like abandoned ship and take their whole ship and sell it. I would need a crew though, that's the thing. Doing that type of thing solo, somebody's got to be flying your ship. So I need to get a crew together to really be a pirate, probably. Unless I'm just blowing them up. But it would be hard. Because in order to scoop a lot of cargo, you got to have a ship. You got to have kind of a specialized ship. And people will go get in another ship and come back and blow you up. So you're on a clock. So really, you want one guy flying the ship, one guy on a turret in the ship, and one guy loading. Open up the back, he does a spacewalk, he uses his tractor beam to load all the cargo out of that fucking wreck, and then you're gone. And I don't think you could do it solo. Leave no survivors. Yeah, but then they wake up nearby at the space station and they have another ship. And I think it only takes 9 minutes for their ship to regenerate, but most people have their ship and a couple combat ships at this point. So they get in their combat ship, and I'd say you got like 5 to 10 minutes before they're back at the Lagrange point looking to blow you up. So 2 ships would work too, but you know, I need a crew. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you have one ship that blows everything up, and then you have somebody waiting nearby in a hauler with a couple people on it to load it up. Or you fly a big enough multi-crew ship that you can blow it up and
I don't know,
have
like,
the space.
Are you broke? Can you just wait it out until the market?
Yeah, I'm broke. I'm broke. Like, I really can't do anything unless I can sell the shit that I'm doing with this ship. So if I can't find a place that's even buying the stuff right now, I think I might just need to sell the ship and go do combat missions or something else. Wait till that gameplay loop gets fleshed out. There's one that I'm waiting for that I'm really interested in, but they haven't fleshed it out yet. It's like, in this universe, faster than light communication has not been established. It's all still kind of like localized. And so data transfer is a big thing. So like, data is worth money, and specialized ships that are just big computer racks that you load up with zettabytes of data and then get them across the galaxy, and you're on a clock, because it's like the faster you get there, the more valuable that data is to them, obviously. So they haven't added that gameplay loop yet, but I'm just waiting for them to do it because it looks like so much fun. Star Citizen is the Tupperware of games. I don't know. It seems pretty fun to me. It's just, you have to take it for what it is. It's unfinished.
So have you bought, like, with real money a bunch of ships, or have you just been recycling your first ship?
I bought, well, you have to buy a ship the first time. Okay. And then I upgraded once my ship. And then after that, I've just been doing, like, side trades. Mm-hmm. You can go in and take your ship for the value you paid for it and trade it for an equal value ship. So that's how I got the Vulture that I'm currently in. So. And yeah, like, ships will go on sale too. So sometimes a package that's way more expensive than yours will be exactly the same as the one you bought. Mm-hmm. And you get like a $500 investment for your $100 ship, or I think mine was $85 or something. Mm-hmm. That's about what you have to buy into. I mean, you can buy in, I think, for like $50. So you have to buy the game and a ship, basically. That's how it works. But I tried out quite a few ships and stuff. I really do like the salvage thing that you do if I can't sell it. Clyde Baxter just hanging in there like a booger hanging out of a nose, bro. Gross. Get him out. I don't want to get it because I know I'll probably become obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the main worry, is like, you don't want to like just keep buying more and more ships trying to chase the dream.
No, I mean, definitely that. There are probably people that are doing that. But once you've invested that money is still there. So you can just shift it to another ship, pay, and so you're in, like, if you're getting a $200 package, but you're only paying $20 because your package was this. So it's a microtransaction, basically, loop that they get you sucked into. But you can buy all these ships with real money. That's why I'm trying to make money. Mm-hmm. I want to get 5 or 6 different types of ships. I could do that with salvaging, but I just can't sell. So kind of cucked by the alpha. Oh yeah, there are people that have paid thousands of dollars for their like package in Star Citizen. Basically, the thing you get is a ship that you always have. Like, it was kind of a smart thing that they did. Because it's not like you can't get any ship you want. But let's say that, like, tragedy strikes and you are reduced to nothing, you would still have your starter ship. You could build back up. So it's pretty smart that they tied to the game purchase to a purchase of an in-game ship. But yeah, you can't get sucked into it. Is that Dune strategy game any good? It's really good. I play it a lot. The Dune Imperium with the Rise of Ix expansion is really, really fun. But it's like, nobody plays it, you know? So the AI is really good, so I play a lot of AI matches. But
My game right now, I'm just doing it autopilot for a while. I'm sitting on too much energy and too many multi-battles.
so you're just letting it
Yeah.
cycle through or whatever.
Because, yeah, once you get over the energy reserve, it stops regenerating, so it's better to just use it.
I see.
So I'm just trying to dump all my energy into leveling up dudes
That makes sense.
so I can do my fusion.
Elite has some really sweet new. I liked Elite, but I've just I've tasted the flavor of Star Citizen, and I don't think I could go back to Elite. There's just something about landing your fucking thing on a planet, jumping out of it, running around to the back of your own ship, getting on, jumping in a little fucking rover, getting out, driving around the planet, parking it back on your ship, closing everything up, and taking off seamlessly with no loading. I mean, you really can't beat that shit. It's a playable game. It's just not a complete game. There's a ton of like gameplay loops that they're adding slowly but surely, testing, making sure that it fits in with the economy. But the type of stuff that they're planning on coming out with soon is just fucking insane. Like construction of research bases, so giant construction ships that like 3D print habs, and then you have, you know, ships that are meant to move these habs around and stack them in various ways so you can create an interconnected base on a planet that you and your corporation of players like defend, operate, profit from. What do you think of Sean Fain's DNC speech? Too much glazing of Kamala Harris, not enough workers' business was discussed. Too much Kamala Harris walks the walk when she's never walked the walk. So I don't know when she's going to walk the walk. But he did a lot of like glazing of the candidate, a lot of DNC cheerleading, and not a whole lot of workers' business. So wasn't a big fan. October 1st, Jimmy Carter becomes the first president to live till 100. Sick. Go, Jimmy. Go, Jimmy. Go, Jimmy. He did it, dude. He did it. One more month. Go, Jimmy. It's my favorite watch of yours that I've seen. This is my first watch. Stirring Glass Hamburg Chrono. It's just it's hard to see in the light here, but it's a very pretty watch. Or no, this is the Stern Glass Hamburg Argo. Sorry, I got them mixed up. I have a Chrono and an Argo. Does the California Kamala episode enraged me? It should, yeah. She's a piece of shit. You hear about Jimmy's wife dying recently? Really? Jimmy Dore's wife? Is that who you're talking about? Who are we talking about? Which Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy Carter's wife. I was like, please. I forgot we were talking about Jimmy Carter for a second. Stoneritis. Hamburg Argo, yeah. Pretty frosty too. Was Jimmy Carter good? No. He was a pretty ineffective president. He's a one-termer. His whole presidency was kind of like overshadowed by the Iran hostage crisis. Yeah. Sean O'Brien's RNC speech was less glazing Trump. He thanked Trump for there. He said he was a tough son of a bitch, and then he talked about workers' business. He said he wasn't there for their vote. He was there to talk workers' business, and he did. He talked organizing, he talked the Teamsters, he talked union stuff. So yeah, it was a better speech. All right, I'm out of here.